So when it comes to agentic AI, now the number one question or the most frequent question that I've kind of kept hearing, probably trying to answer is, should we build it or should we buy it? Now, when it comes to agentic AI, it's a fair question, and the decision is slightly more complex and nuanced. Agentic AI, unlike its earlier counterpart, which was Gen AI, where you just had to buy a few licenses and offer it to your employees, uh, agentic AI is kind of impacts your processes, your people, the way you do business, and hence this decision is loaded. And so I like this question. I think that this is a fair question to ask, not just to yourself, but even to kind of others who kind of can help you make a better decision. Now, to answer this question, I have three things for you to consider when you kind of are making this decision. Now, the first one is the opportunity cost. Build versus buy. Buying a ready solution is always going to be a quicker to getting into a production ready state being implemented in your business. Building, no matter how intelligent, how smart a team that you have, it is going to take you time. It is going to take you at least a few quarters to kind of get it over the line when it comes to kind of making it production ready. Don't be fooled by the vibeness of the tools. We all know that ChatGPT, you can practically get like 0 to 60 in a few minutes, but then starts an arduous journey of kind of taking that 60% ready product to kind of 95%. And if at all you're able to kind of do it. And I've seen so many projects kind of just being tanked at that stage where the initial prototyping just wears out and you're not able to kind of take it live in some form or the other. The second point is the cost. No matter how expensive you are seeing the cost of a ready solution is within the range, but building it on your own, it's going to be way more expensive. And I would say order of magnitude expensive, considering that you have a team of engineers, you have software developers, you have a solid QA team, a solid business solutions kind of architect who are available to kind of be on this project. If you consider you have all this, it is still going to take a lot of time, and hence the money kind of spent on this team and tools and trials and experiments. So uh, building it is going to be way more expensive. I would go to an extent to kind of tell you that if you consider a 3 year TCO, your total cost of ownership for 3 years of this solution, building it is going to be at least 3 to 5 times more expensive. So that's a kind of the yardstick. The third one, which is often ignored, but I think is fairly important, is the upkeep and maintenance. We are living in a world where things are changing at a breakneck speed. Things are changing every day. We have seen so many models come in. Practically over every fortnight, there is a new release, there is a new system. We are in very early stage of this development. So when you build something, you will have to consider that it's not the first release that gets out, but you have to consider that this system will, whatever you build, it will need to be kept up. It will need to be maintained to kind of make sure that the integrations work, the models are kind of still relevant, or you are making use of the best technology and tools out there to kind of deliver what you want. The upkeep, plus the cost and time. I think these are your three things to consider. Buying a solution is most likely going to be a beneficial in a lot of cases, but only place where you would want to kind of consider that you want to kind of build it in house is, of course, if you have an IP or kind of something that is so private that it's impossible for you to kind of expose it to anybody else, or you would not want anyone else to kind of see it. And towards that, the time or the cost are kind of irrelevant for your business. Now there are businesses, if you are into a deep tech, probably a rocket science, maybe you would want to protect the IP, and the other things are slightly more less relevant. So building probably would be a case, but in most cases, buying would be a better thing to do. So I hope this helps. Thank you.